Hopefully you guys can hear me. I haven't touched the setup since last time, so hopefully you can still hear me. Let's have a look. So I am getting picked up by the mic, so I'm just going to assume that you can hear me. Scuff stream. My screen shows me at the top. Yeah, Sneaky, I see you at the top as well. First. So, update on where we're at to. We have a lot of them done, but they all need boxing. So, to streamline the process, I'm going to be boxing some right now to try and catch up. Audio's good, nice. Nice. How's everyone's day going? I really wanted to get a load of these done yesterday, but I was literally in back-to-back meetings, so I kind of begged Simon to get out of some meetings today so that I could really kind of get on and get them done, because I was doing them into the evening. But once I get these boxed, I'm going to do a grand tally of where we're up to, and I think we've got quite a lot of them ready to go. I hazard to guess that it may be next week that we ship them. Just reacted to the Fateless video. Fair enough. Which video was it? Is it the one that Simon put out yesterday? Yeah, because we got podcasts coming out tomorrow, I think. I lose track of days, honestly. Morning, Unbound. How we doing? I'm stuck. Yeah, top 30, yeah. Alright, here's a question for you. What would your top 5 be? Rather than top 30? 30 will take too long. Did you agree with Simon's picks? I tell you what, actually, for you guys in the content creator program, I'm working on something. I've been working on something yesterday and the day before, which is going to be very cool for you to be able to use to make thumbnails and things like that. Basically, I've been going through the build, and we've created an environment which allows us to take PNG screenshots of all of the characters in different poses. So we should be able to provide some really high quality assets. So I've been taking them in 8K resolution. Obviously, you'd scale them down to using thumbnails, but I'm trying to do them for every single character in the game so that you guys have got some really good assets to be using for the content. It's a bit like if you were ever a part of the Raid Shadow Legends content creator program. They provide you with like PNGs of all of the champions in the game, and it's something that I really wanted to do. Yeah, it's just taken us a little while because the thing is, Sneaky, with the level of polish and stuff that's still going in, even these ones that I've taken now, they're not going to be like finished assets. But I've spent, I'll be honest, I gave him a shout out in our team catch up yesterday, but I spent a load of time with Damon, and he taught me how to kind of light and pose the champions within Unity itself, and we created this like environment which doesn't have a background, which allowed me to basically go through, pose them how I thought that they looked cool, and take a bunch of screenshots in 8K resolution. So as soon as we've finished kind of polishing those and stuff like that, I will make them available. It's something that we want to have downloadable through the Godforge website once it gets this big update, which is hopefully coming very soon as well. There's so much in the works. I think as soon as we get back from Barcelona next week, it's kind of all hands on deck to get stuff done. Darren, how we doing? But look at this, we're speeding through them now because we set up a bit of a production line. So we've got them boxed up, and now I'm just packaging these up, and these will be ready to ship. I'll do a grand tally once I've done this batch and added them to them. But out of the 1,200 that needed to be done, I think we put a large, well, I hope we put a large dent into it. And it's not actually 1,200, it's just the total that we had produced was 1,200. There's some which we're giving out to the team and things like that as a thank you for all the effort that they put in to make Alpha possible. But I had a call with Sham actually yesterday, and he's in Korea, so I think it must have been about, I'm not actually sure, it was night. What time was it for us? I'm genuinely unsure. I think it was mid-afternoon for us, and it was like midnight for him. Top 5, Raijin. Alright, so Thor, I think, like, I love the look of him. I think it's great, but his idol breaker just makes it. I love it where he throws the hammer. The hammer. You see yours getting boxed now? Yeah, this is yours. That's what I should do. Anyone in chat, I should write their name on the box. Anyone who comes and keeps me company whilst I'm going through the process of doing this. Do you want to have a look at them? Let me on the next one. Let me get it out, and I'll show you. So this is how they come. Nice little presentation box, which has a letter from me, Simon, and Sham in the lid of it. Won't read that to you. And then in here you have the coin itself, and then the back of it is all in enamel. I'll grab one of the coins in a second because I don't want to take this out of the presentation box. 2 seconds. So let's have a closer look at one of the coins. If I can open this. Just put these back just so I keep the space. Okay, so I just think your Thor is one of the best out there. Yeah, honestly, our art team is incredible. So I'll try and move myself off camera here. Let me open OBS so I can actually see what you guys are seeing. If I hold that up there. So this is the enamel on the back of it. If you see it, if the light catches it right, you see it's kind of inlaid with enamel. And then this side it just says Godforge and then Fafnir's Bane. Can't keep it still. Apparently I'm shaking. It's cold. So they're the coins, and yeah, they're pretty weighty. They're really nice quality. Very pleased with how they've come out. Now apparently I can't reopen OBS. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're really cool. I'll keep that one there just in case anybody else wants to see it during the stream. Honestly, the coins are so cool. It was something that we thought about doing for a while, and we just didn't know how to execute it in the right way. They are absolutely a medal of honor. For those that endured They're also going to be a badge of honor for the future as well, because I feel like no matter how big the company gets, anybody who holds one of those coins means that they achieve something right at the start. Yeah, I feel like we joked about it, but imagine, say, you know, down the line, if we grew Fateless through like other games and even with Godforge and things like that, but it doesn't really apply within this genre as well. But if we got it to the point where we could have like a convention, and we could have like almost like a VIP room, and anyone who's got those coins can go into it, just because it's like you were there, you battled the tower, and yeah. I think the other thing is, it was because it was like there was no obligation to join. There was no real benefit for you guys helping us test and get information on what we'd done with the game and things like that, and get the feedback. Us spending on creating the coins and stuff like that is it's our way of thanking you, I guess. These are going together so nicely. One day, I'd truly like to work for the company somehow, as part of the content creating models. I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, the team that we've got at the moment in the art department and stuff, they're incredible. But you've got to think as well, a lot of the guys that are working on the design side of things and advising the creation of the game, you know, are just people who we grew up in the community, you know. I mean, look back at even, you know, Simon and I with creating HH Gaming. You know, that's nearly 5 years ago that we launched hellhades.com, but it's 6 years really since we started working together. We didn't know what we were doing. You know, it was just a passion of being involved with a group of people who just genuinely loved playing these games. I'm just praying yours doesn't get lost at customs. I do have some spares. I really do hope, you know, I'm going to try and get like good shipping on them. That being said, shipping's going to cost us thousands, as is. So I need to be realistic with the shipping, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that they're protected. The biggest problem that I've got is that these, you know, are one-off items, right? They're completely custom made, and just ordering a couple is extremely, well, it's just not even possible. The people who minted them wouldn't even be willing to do a run of a couple of them. So I just really hope, and I'm sure some will get lost in the post because that's how shit the post is. But that's why I've got some spares. But we'll tackle that obstacle when it comes. Sneaky, you're UK based, aren't you? Did we do meetings? I say meetings. We do meetups with the HH Gaming crew and stuff quite regularly in London, and it's not just limited to the crew. We meet up with people like Scratch. You know, Deadwood's come over a few times and stuff like that. Dude, you'd be welcome to come and join and, you know, just hang out. We are just regular people. We're just content creators, dude. Like, But we've got a friend who's actually a part of the community who owns a bar in London, and yeah, we quite often will go and hang out, and he lets us have the convention room and stuff, and we'll just have drinks and dinner and just hang out. Because the thing is, this is an extremely isolating job as well. And, you know, obviously Nubs, YST, Nether, people like that will work for us. But it's really important to get together as a team and actually hang out as well. So yeah, there's tons of pictures of us all together online, like on Instagram and stuff. Oh, you worked with Scratch as well, did you? Awesome. Yeah, Scratch is like such a good guy. Like Scratch, Cold Brew, all of the old guard, as I would say, of the raid community. They're all just such nice people. Very, very, like, I guess because we all created this together, it's yeah, it's been a hell of a journey, but I love meeting up with those guys. Yeah, it is extremely lonely. Speaking of being just content creators, it hit me that I have 17. Dude, look at you, you're rolling. You've got more than I do on this channel. So, on this channel, I actually used to upload raid content many, many moons ago. Before Simon and I started HH Gaming, I used to be a Twitch streamer. Hey Joya, how we doing? So yeah, I was a Twitch streamer, and I used to upload raid content on here, and then just kind of deleted all the videos and just kind of made it more about the behind the scenes, because that's what I enjoy sharing. I like putting our little vlogs up when we go travelling. In fact, on Sunday, Simon, Sham and I are going to Barcelona, so I may even do some behind the scenes stuff. Simon actually just asked me if we can record a live podcast while we're there as well, so that should be fun. What's the status of the finished stack? Is an awful question to ask. However, really making progress. I don't know the exact number, but we did a load off stream as well. So purely just because I had meetings and stuff like that, it's tricky to kind of do it all on stream. But I would say I don't want to hazard a guess yet. I'm gonna give. Let me finish boxing these ones that I've got here, and then we'll put an accurate tally on. But we had a bit of a production. What's the CPM got? Well, it's a good question, because I don't think it's fair to give me a CPM because I'm only boxing them right now. So we packaged up a load of them, put them all in the sleeves and stuff like that, and now I'm just putting them in the boxes and taping them right now. So I'm the last stage of the production line right now. Well, actually, the last stage is going to be printing off all of the postage labels and doing that, but I can't obviously do that on stream. I'm sure you guys wouldn't appreciate me sharing your addresses to, well, anyone but the few people who come and watch me. I need to hat more. It depends on the topic, right? But like, I mean, if it's anything to do with content creation, gaming, Godforge, Fateless, HH Gaming, anything like that, I can kind of yap for hours about it. I guess it's the joys of turning your passion and hobby into a business. That's why, like, I don't do public speaking at all. However, we've been asked to go and speak on stage, but I've done it a few times before now. But it's not difficult because we're just sharing our story. We're just talking about like you guys, the community. That's what people are really interested in, and I could talk about that for hours. So. Who's getting the coins? So the coins were a prize, or I guess a reward, for those people who got to the final stage of the alpha and did damage to the boss on floor 151. So there was like, yeah, so there was 1,053 people in total that achieved that during the alpha. Anyone brave enough to travel to South Africa? Yeah. I've actually got a very old friend from South Africa. Just here to yap. I appreciate it, Joya. Here to keep my sanity levels at a good level. I like it. I'll be honest, like, on Monday when I did this, the time flew. Like, even now, I don't even know how long we've been going for. But I think just sitting here doing this in silence would be so awful. So when I said to Simon, it's like, oh, shall I just go live and set it up so that I can do it with the community? And Ragewood actually was the one that encouraged me to do it in the end. I'm glad he did. Although he did say he was going to come and help me. So if anyone wants to @Ragewood, where are you? Cool reward. Yeah, no, I really think that they are very cool. Let me show you a bit of a close up of them again. Yeah, Rage's not here. Yeah, he roped me into doing this, and so he was over last week. We went out for lunch on Thursday last week, and whilst he was here, I said, "Oh, let's do like a 24-hour stream, and we'll." There he is. He's enjoying his week off. Yeah, but so the idea was we get a sleeping bag, so sleep down there and just get this smashed out. But, you know, here I am, slogging away on my own. While old Pete's enjoying his week off. He be lurking. Yeah. His ears were burning. That's what it was. He knew that we were talking about him. Did DM Dan yesterday? Oh, okay. I'm not done with this yet, Luke, no. I mean, that'd be good, right? Have somebody to tag in. Pulling at my heartstrings there, Pete. It's just like, I would help you, but you know. I feel like it's a valid excuse, and that's the worst part about it. Oh, what's going on behind me? Oh, we've got an ad on the YouTube channel. Yeah, say the word Lamborghini and Simon appears. You've got to say it 3 times in a mirror. Gallardo. Right. Aventador. It does actually remind me, every time somebody brings that up, I need to organise that photo shoot. I'm actually getting a new camera at the end of the month. Sadly, I have to go back to work. Dude, I appreciate you, honestly. Thank you so much. Yeah, but I was saying that we really need to sort out this photo shoot with Simon and the Lamborghini. I think it's just like pure gold content. It's going to be every thumbnail for the next year. But I've got a new camera coming at the end of the month, and when that comes, I'm going to set it up and go for a proper photo shoot with the Lamborghini. Can we get a hero confirmation on Robin Hood? If Sham gets his way, absolutely. The thing is, right, I'm not even opposed to it. Like, the argument was, and this is where the Robin Hood meme has come from, is when we were originally mapping out what heroes we could have for each of the factions, we were trying to find sort of a British connection, a British story, and you know, the idea was, oh well, you've got Avalon, you've got the Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur, and things like that. And the American perspective of the UK is, oh yeah, as well as King Arthur, you got Robin Hood, and there's just no connection between the two, in my opinion, anyway. So it was always something that I just don't feel like Robin Hood would sit within the Avalon faction. It just never really made sense. But it just kind of became a bit of an internal meme where all the US guys were like, yeah, we need Robin Hood, we need Friar Tuck. I mean, early on, I don't know if I should say this, early on, we had character concepts from some of the guys wanting to put like William Shakespeare in. Yeah, it just there was some very strange conversations very early on in the concepting for Godforge. But the Robin Hood one just seems to have become a meme. It's only because every time it got brought up, I was like, dude, like there's so many cool characters, and you want to put some goofy guy in tights, going toe to toe with King Arthur. I agree. Yeah, I just think when you put like Robin Hood toe to toe with King Arthur, Merlin, the Knights of the Round Table, I mean, there was even talks of like the Three Musketeers, things like that. I think that was the biggest problem, is with some of the early concepting. A lot of the US designs were sort of mixing up European folklore with British. Oh yeah, I mean that would be very cool if we had like a very much like a Van Helsing style Robin Hood. That would be very cool. And that's the joys of what we're building. We get to oh, Shakespeare. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that would be cool as well, I guess. I mean, you could if you've seen Doctor Who. And the William Shakespeare and like the power of words and things like that, he could very easily be like a mage class. That would work. I don't know. It's like when we were looking at because we knew we wanted around 300 heroes in the game, right? But heroes are very, very expensive to make. So when you're listing 300 and you don't want obviously it heavily weighted on one faction or anything like that, there were so many cooler things that we could do, especially with the legendaries. Then some of those. But you know, the joys of Godforge is that, and the way that Aaron's written the narrative is that there's so much room for kind of movement with it in the future. We can add, you know, we've created, you know, concepts for 300 heroes, but you know, we're just scratching the surface. There's whole different sort of regions that we haven't touched yet. I know loads of people have suggested ones that they would love to see in the game, and I'll be honest, a lot of them are ones that we suggested as well. Of course we see, yeah, absolutely. I love Doctor Who. So. See, I always get confused as to whether people are as nerdy as I am, especially with my media consumption. I fucking love Doctor Who. Joya, who's your favourite Doctor? God of Dark specifically Quackers, absolutely. I feel like everyone's got their favourite Doctor from like the era when it really kind of hit home for them. For me, it was David Tennant. Tennant, yeah. It's just something about him, like the way that he played the character, the story. I mean, my son's called Jack, and he's literally named after Jack Harkness. So, but that entire sort of set of series, Torchwood, everything like that, it was just so good. Tom Baker, then David Tennant, fair. I should really check, but I do hope that these are the ones with the coins in them. A few, but David Tennant probably, yeah. They are definitely in there. So I'm like speed farming these, like, they definitely feel weighty, so it's like, yeah, they are. They must be the ones with the coins in them. That would be funny. Loads of people just get their box. No coin. That's what happens if you got to 150, but you'd never hit 151. Which, surprisingly, a lot of people have kind of come to us and said. Which is kind of crazy, but, you know. It's like you got to the end of the challenge and you just kind of fell over at the finish line. It is what it is. So what's everyone doing with their Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? I definitely think it's Wednesday. Yeah, I mean the coins are going to have to be, the packages are going to have to be weighed anyway. So, but I'm certain the way that we've done it is the boxes, the coins are over there. You're watching Dan pack, dude. You're having the best day. It's like come to work with Dan Day. It's like bring your child to work. shadowing me for the day. She's like, shit, what does the CMO of Fateless do? Well, have you seen his skills in the production line? Guy's got talent. You guys can remind me of this. You know, when Godforge blows up, got millions and millions of players, and new people come into the community. They weren't here from the start, and yeah, they wonder what the founders do and the extent that the founders go to for this project. They're like, well, we once sat and watched him package 1,200 coins to send to us. No one will believe you either. Then people like Unbound would be like, well, you should have seen that one time in Vegas. Good morning, California. Ooh, nice. Bet you've got nicer weather than I have. Yeah, I literally should have a title in game, Master Packer. It is cold, wet and windy in the UK, so I'm sure California's a much nicer place to wake up than here. Hey, how we doing? Yeah. Live streaming torture. I lost a bet with Simon and Sham, and now I'm packaging all the coins. Would you guys like to have a look at the coins again? If anyone's here who hasn't necessarily seen them. It's nice to take a little break and show it. Let's move that. Right. OBS can go over here. So I'm just trying. I'm doing this all on one screen. Usually, if I would be live streaming, I would have multiple monitors to work with. But right, okay. So this is the coin. So you got Godforge, Fafnir's Bane, Fateless, and then you can see the enamel inlay there. The cool thing about it, I guess, is with the enamel is that every single one of these is completely unique because they're all painted, like the enamel's done by hand as well, so it's very cool. I'm a survivor of the mad cool taxi lane. So I'm waiting for taxis for 7 hours. Ooh. Ooh. So, tell you a story. I was in London for Gamescom. So I got the Channel Tunnel train to Cologne to meet Sham in Germany for Gamescom a couple of months ago. And I got to London Paddington with very little time to get across to King's Cross to catch the train, and because of the delays on the underground, I hopped in a Uber to get over there, which is really not efficient, by the way, but because of the time of night it was usually it would be better to just wait for the tube, but it was like 9:30 at night or something like that, and I had to get across urgently. So anyway, I jumped in an Uber about 5 minutes away from King's Cross. A car just drove straight into the side of the Uber that I was in. So that's my most recent experience of being in a taxi. Somebody driving clean into the side of it. So that was fun. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. So. I literally just got out and, yeah, everyone was fine. There was some damage to the actual cars, but honestly, I was more interested in getting the train, so I just got out, and the guy had my details from Uber anyway. So I was like, if you want a witness, then just let me know. Otherwise, I got a train to catch. You went to King's Cross to get to Germany. Sorry. St. Pancras. The train goes under the water. It's like James Bond. Converts into a scuba diver and just like does its thing. But yeah, there is a train that literally goes under the British Channel across to France. It's actually way nicer than getting an aeroplane. So the train itself, so I'm not the biggest fan of flying, full stop. But the train itself to Cologne, I think it took like 7 hours. But if you fly, you have to go to an airport, waiting around at the airport, going through security, everything like that. The flight itself would have been about 2 hours, so it would have been about 5 hours of just hassle in airports. Whereas for the same price, I got a first class ticket on the Channel Tunnel because I booked in advance, and it was just chill. I walked on the train. It's sit in the first class lounge. You get brought dinner to you. No messing around in airports. And it's just like, yeah, this is life. I love that. So. Yeah, there is a ferry as well, but the train is just, yeah, so fast. Takes you straight through to Brussels in Belgium, and then you swap there for Germany. It was like 5-10 minutes walk, and I was at the hotel with Sham. So the plan was actually that I was going to road trip, because Sham flew into the UK, and then from the UK drove to Cologne with some of the guys from Apps Flyer. But me and my daughter went to see Blackpink play in concert the night before, so there was just no way that I could possibly get to where they were driving from in the morning to go with them on this road trip. So yeah. Any chance you'll be somewhere in the Netherlands or Belgium? Again, for games, 100% will be at Gamescom. Yeah, Gamescom's just a no-brainer. Simon was at the Belgium thing, obviously, last week. We're in Barcelona next week. So on Sunday we're flying into Barcelona, or I'm flying into Barcelona on Sunday. And then Simon and Sham and those guys are going to meet us in Barcelona on Monday, and we're there for Unite, which is Unity's conference. Yeah, honestly, going to Amsterdam and stuff's like so easy. we went to Rotterdam to TwitchCon in June, I believe. That was fun. I'll be honest, I think Amsterdam is a better location for TwitchCon, and Vegas was so much better. US TwitchCon, I mean, I know there's a load of drama around it, but historically the US TwitchCon is much better. For me, anyway, in my opinion. And then, yeah, the plan is Vegas next year, which will be for the event that we're hosting. We're flying out a load of the winners with us as well. By that point, hopefully the game will be out as well, so we'll maybe do some sort of tournament. We'd love to do a community event at the same time. That's something that we're in talks with some people about at the moment, because obviously we're flying out the winners from the alpha to come to the grand revealing of the diorama at Verko's Vault, which is Gary's museum for Warhammer and miniatures. But that place is huge, right? So if anyone from the community wants to come and like just be a part of the event, we really want to get them involved as well. You missed the Rotterdam one. Can't travel myself very easily. Yeah, I mean the Rotterdam ones was okay. It's just Rotterdam itself is just, it just felt like a bit boring, I guess. I just feel like there's so much to do in Amsterdam, whereas Rotterdam, it felt like you had to be very intentional with what you wanted to do. So we planned to go do an escape room, and that was really fun. But unless you'd like pre-organised as a group to do something, it was very difficult to just kind of wander in places in Rotterdam. Whereas Vegas and Amsterdam, when we were there for TwitchCons, you can literally just be like, okay, what are we going to do today? We'll go to the convention for a bit, we'll go hang out, and then we'll go do something else. Whereas the part where it's like, we'll go do something else was very difficult in Rotterdam versus other places that we've been to. Yeah. Just honestly, Amsterdam in general is just such a cool place. So I ended up hiring a boat for us for the afternoon, and we had a guide drive us around all the canals. And we had some friends. We were there with a couple of friends from Method and stuff. So yeah, we hired a boat and kind of sailed around all the canals and had a tour and things like that. But that was just like a spontaneous thing. It's just like, okay, let's do that. And then we went to this event at this like glow-in-the-dark mini golf thing, which again was just like, it was just spontaneous. We didn't need to plan it. We just walked into it. Just give you a 34-day heads up. We will give anyone attending enough notice to make sure that they can book time off work and things like that. So really, I would say probably during January, I guess. And then the reality is that it would likely be, I think, towards the end of April. I don't think we've got an actual date locked in, but I think that's when we're looking at, because that'll be around the 3-year anniversary of Fateless as well. So kind of tie the two in together. But we'll lock that in and give everybody notice as far in advance as we possibly can. Because I know obviously people are going to need to have travel arrangements and things like that. So yeah, and it's requesting the time off work and things like that. It's easy for us, this is our jobs. It's not for you guys. So I know people are in different places and things like that, but it's all well and good us saying, oh yeah, we'll pay to fly you out. But if you're not going to have a job when you get back because you've taken time off work without leave or something like that, then it's it's not really a prize for you, is it? We are smashing through these today, though. So I've actually got a meeting in an hour and a half from now, so I'm going to carry on doing this for another hour or so, and then I'm going to have to jump off because I've got a meeting with our PR company. These gloves are just sticking to this tape as well. Alright, let's do a bit of a count up here. Okay, so we have got currently literally ready to ship 100, but I think I've got another 200 here ready to box. So I think if I had to take a guess, I think we've got about 850 left to do. Oh god. Hey Richard, how we doing? Yeah, I reckon 800 or so left to go. Christ. I'll be honest, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yet. We're not halfway yet though. That being said, my mum has volunteered to help out whilst we're in Barcelona, so but chances are, if any of you guys have got a coin coming to you, you would have witnessed it. Yeah, we got this. We just need coffee, Monster Energy. What are these like little logos next to you guys' names? What does this mean? You get top fan XP. Nice. What does that mean? You guys are the top fans. Got 1, 2, and 3 here. I don't actually know what that means. I guess it's just because you're talking and watching. I don't know how YouTube streaming works. I always used to stream on Twitch, but I figured, well, I really enjoy uploading videos of like the behind the scenes stuff, and this definitely counts as behind the scenes. Hey Graham, how you doing? Get Luke to do the work. Luke's damaged, dude. Somebody crashed into his car the other day. You chat too much, yeah, fair. #1 fan. I like that. The problem is now, you've kind of set the bar. and you've got that #1 title, and you've almost got to maintain it, because otherwise it shows weakness. It just got to yap too much, it's fine. But it's like being in a tournament early and yeah. Do you know, I saw a video the other day, and this is actually the main reason that I wanted to upload on this channel more, is because in general, and I think even though, you know, I don't have my own YouTube channel, but I work with Simon. I've been working with him for 6 years on his. We've got the Fateless channel and everything like that. Everything becomes about the analytics, about the growth, the you know, what gets views and things like that. I watched a video the other day, one of my favourite content creators actually, and he said he really misses the old YouTube, and the reason for that is that he feels that everything has become about like what performs well, what does well, and it's taken away from just being, you know, hanging out, doing cool shit with cool people. And that's kind of like what I've always wanted for this channel, because it is just, you know, I don't need it for an income. You know, I own HH Gaming. Fateless obviously spends a shitload of money. It doesn't actually make any money. But hopefully the future is that Fateless will start generating revenue. But, you know, I don't need to make money from this YouTube channel. You can't even, you know, I can't even have memberships or anything like that on this channel. But it's just kind of about sharing the journey with the community. And just sharing what we're doing with cool people and hanging out. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys being here, because I'll be honest, streaming, which I've done in the past, to like literally 0 people being there, you just end up standing there in silence. So you guys putting up with my shit and giving me somebody to talk to while I'm doing this is very much appreciated. So I guess here's a fun question. Based on the fact that obviously you guys are you're entirely from Fateless and Godforge community and things like that. When did you start following the story? Was it Fateless? Was it HH Gaming? Was it Simon? When did you kind of join the community, I guess? Appreciate being appreciated, yeah, it's like a double whammy there. That's my motivation for my channel as well. Yeah, honestly, it's like, so I spent so long, and even now, I still do, I study what works in content creation. But the problem is, I think, it's got to the point these days where it's so much about, you know, what performs for the algorithm, what does well on channels and things like that, what gets search results, what gets long-term traffic, what gets the best return on investment and things like that. It takes the fun away from actually just producing cool shit, and I do understand why, you know, because it becomes a business and you have to make an income, and, you know, sponsors want to see certain results and things like that, but at the same time, it does take away that passion of just kind of creating cool content. You've been following in the background since HH was bursting to tell us something top secret. Yeah, well. Raid Shadow Legends, HH Gaming, Dan. So, yeah, I'm down with that, Grim. I like that order. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I was trying to get Grim. So Grim's our editor at HH Gaming. Obviously does all of the stuff at Fateless as well. So all of the wonderful thumbnails and things like that you guys see. I tried to get Grim to work with us for about a year. I begged him to come and work with us, and he ignored me. He blanked me, left me on red, and then eventually we managed to persuade him to come over to the dark side. It was from first time yeah. Later, Grim. First time I ever saw Grim's like work properly was, if anyone remembers, Saffron Man's event that he did, the raid. What was it? The award show, and they did the rap song, Raidzilla, and Grim edited that, and it was just like, yeah, this guy is sick. So if anyone remembers the edit for Raidzilla, that was Grim's work, and YST rapping, Darth slamming it down, J Gigs. It's so funny actually, because that song was played at Ivy Lee and Odd One Gaming's, or Susie and Lau's wedding. Raidzilla was so good, honestly. That shit should have gone viral. I think it's robbery that only had 20,000 views, because that video was an absolute banger. The concept of Fateless and what it's going to stand for was way up my street. I appreciate that. It's 5 AM. What did Ragewood say? August, September last year, I saw a video showing the name of Godforge. Really? Is that when you started following? Wow. Son was watching YouTube. Was it Simon? What's up, guys? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. What's up, guys? YST here, and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Nearly finished this pile. It was Simon. Fair. I reckon Simon says that opening in his sleep. I've been at his house a few times when he's been recording, and it's, yeah. So in fact, actually, there was one time that Sham and I were around Simon's house, and he needed to make a video, and we were working in the same room. He's got quite a big office, and there's a desk over from where he records. So Sham and I were sat on that desk. And Simon was trying to keep a straight face doing his intro to the video, and we put him off so many times. I think he's fine when he's like obviously doing it on his own, but when there's me and Sham sat like quietly smiling at him in the corner. Let's stack some more. it's struggling when they say this is Simon, yeah. It's weird for me because, like, even, I don't know. I know obviously everyone knows him as Hades or Hell Hades or anything like that, but because we've worked together for so long now, which is crazy when you look back at it, you know, 6 years Simon and I have been working together, which is actually wild, you know, it's over half a decade. Yeah, so we've run a business together now for that long, and yeah, I just know him as Simon. So, but I tend to know most of the guys that are like a part of the team by their first name. So like, whereas you guys would be like, oh, Nubraids and things like that, I would be like, you know, his name. I don't even know if people know his name. Like Ragewood, I know as Pete. Ironically, actually, like Deadwood. Everybody, like in person, calls him Deadwood as well, which is hilarious. But I mean, his name's Jed, so. Kevin. All right, cool. Yeah, you do know Kevin's name then. That's fine then. Hey, I'm Pete. The real question is, do people know YST's name? Because I know that he doesn't put that out there. And I call him YST anyway, so... And then, like, a lot of people... This was actually one which was weird to me. I say it's weird to me. It's not weird to me at all, because I guess it is the culture of being online. But, like, Brad, or Chosen, like, at TwitchCon, people were like, oh, like, where's Chosen? Where's Chosen? It's like, yeah, it feels weird sometimes, certain people calling them by their handle. And, like, yeah, Susie is another one. Like, I know Susie as Susie. Not IVD Gaming or Susie Plays, I think she's changed it to now, but... Sure, his name is Sue, yeah. That Sue thing was hilarious. I only Sue on weekends and during Alpha. I wonder if... No. Failed attempt. Whew, need some more boxes soon. Pete, can you grab me some more boxes, please? You should. You regret not making it to Susie and Lal's wedding. Honestly, it was so nice. Like, there's something about, like, just the country in general is, like, so pretty. And then, I can remember we walked into the church, and you just look up and everything's hand painted. It's just like mind blowing. But then the whole event afterwards, I tell you what. So Lao's dad is such a nice guy. He was like the most warm, welcoming guy that you could possibly imagine. You know, as us like coming from the UK, we were like, oh, we thought we'd be sort of sat at the back, and you know, we're just some guys that know the guy, know them off the internet, but. He like went above and beyond to make us feel like we were just part of everything. Yeah, they just got such an amazing, like, kind family. Hey Tyrant, how we doing? I'm doing good. I've been packing these for a while now, though. I planned on doing the unboxing of the coin with my wife. Talking about, we should call each other during the video. Real name. It's weird, right? Because it's like with Rachel as well. Like, sorry, Lady H. Everybody calls Rachel Lady H, and it's just like, no, you're definitely Rachel. I remember back in the day when they first started doing the shard pulling streams together. It was so cool. Yeah, two of a really heartwarming couple. They just give that vibe. Yeah, honestly, I think the thing is, like, and this is no discredit to them or anyone that we're talking about here. I think just the community that we've got and the type of people that attract, like, and kind of come together. Which is all very similar-minded people, you know, like, you know, a lot of us are, like, you know, on the older side of the internet, I guess. Not into drama, not into bullshit, just genuinely nice people who just like hanging out and, yeah, just being around people who are very similar to us. Like, I feel like we've been very fortunate that, at least within our community, there's been very few dramas. Obviously, there was dramas back in the day with the certain raid content creators, if anyone remembers that. But you know, there's not much drama in our space because I feel like, I guess it's a more mature audience. There's people are just like sharing a passion together rather than I guess living parasocially. Everyone's a part of the journey and everyone's like important and a mutual respect. Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely trying to do multiple things at the same time. I can chat shit and box, apparently. But that's only possible because you guys are keeping me company, so you guys make it so easy, right? And if all my businesses fail, at least I'm preparing for a future at Amazon. Life skills. Need some more boxes. Whew. Quick break. Yeah, honestly, it is going much faster now. It's because we did all the prep work beforehand. You would have to be a lot quicker to work at Amazon. You are not wrong. I would not survive. I think I could look it up, but is there an official launch date of Godforge yet? No. So the official launch window is early 2026, is what we're saying. Basically, what we're at now, or the stage we're at now with the game, is so we've been through something called content lock, which is basically where the game is at the point where we are happy with it for the launch model. So if you're not aware, basically what we're going to be doing is sort of an early access soft launch model where the game will go live. That won't be a beta or anything like that. It is literally launch of the game, but there won't be as many features as we've got in the roadmap. That being said, there's still a ton of stuff which you would expect in these games that is going to be in there. Lots of stuff to keep you busy, keep you playing. You know, obviously all the heroes and things like that you can start collecting. gearing them up, doing challenges, doing things like creating guilds or alliances, and doing the bosses and dungeons, plenty to keep you busy. But then in the meantime, what we've then got is a pipeline of a load more dungeons and things like that are going to be coming into the game. Really cool stuff. But usually what would happen with these games is, because they wouldn't launch with a community, it's very, very uncommon for a game to have the kind of following that ours has got prior to launch. That community is always treated as an afterthought, where we've done it from the other angle, where we have this community and we want them to be playing the game and growing the game with us as quickly as possible. What you would usually do is you would launch these games in what they call tier 3 countries. And a tier 3 country is a country which has a low cost to acquire new players. But the reason that the cost is low is because they're, financially or economically not necessarily as strong a country. So people can't necessarily spend in games and things like that. So it may cost, pennies to acquire a user, but in terms of how much money that actually brings into the game, or, how much disposable income people have to actually spend, is far lower. Now, obviously, we're making it so that the game is free-to-play friendly, and that's not going to change. But at the same time, as I'm sure you understand, we need to be a business. We need to make money. So what we're actually doing is we're doing a worldwide launch with this soft launch to get the community in. Because what we don't want to do is soft launch it in a country and then our core audience not be able to download it. Because 60% of our audience at the moment is US based. And then about 20 of it is UK, and then the rest of it is the rest of Europe mainly, but then there's people dotted all over the world. So we want you guys playing it. We want you guys to have it on the App Store. We want you to be able to download it and things like that. And the only way to do that is to globally launch the game. Just gonna get it right if it goes. Yeah. So basically the plan is that we get you guys playing it, and then in terms of what you would see as like a traditional launch, where you scale it up and you put it into different countries and things like that, the only thing that we're going to do with that is actually scale up our marketing. So our marketing is going to be soft launched. Everyone, in terms of you guys, you're going to basically see that, oh, the game's live, we can play it. And any of your friends can play it, you can download it anywhere in the world. The only place that we'll scale and test the cost to get new players into the game and the community is the marketing. So we're going to soft scale the marketing. We don't have the budget of these big spenders, companies like Raid Shadow Legends, who are spending tens and tens of millions, like literally 10 million a month in user acquisition. That's more than we've spent on the entire game so far. So we just don't have that budget. So as we start to actually produce income, we'll be reinvesting that into marketing and growing the audience, and that's where what will be seen as like the scaling side of things comes from. And then how that'll work is we will then get to a point where it's like, okay, all of the features are in the game which we would consider as everything that we wanted for the game being at a place where we're at global launch. And global launch, although it wouldn't necessarily be a physical thing because you can already play the game anywhere in the world, will basically be at a point where it's like all of our ads are performing well, and we can really start investing heavily into marketing and growing the audience. So it's going to be a bit of a slow burner, but we're going to get the game out there, get you guys playing it and get it growing. And then as soon as we're ready to kind of hit the button, we'll say, okay, we're now globally launched, guys. And that's when we're going to really start slamming the marketing budget into kind of pushing new users and getting more people to play it, because we have like this certain reach within our community right now. But to compete with the big games out there and have the kind of size of community that the big games out there have, we're going to have to reach outside of our network. We just don't have the reach currently. You have to get your name out there, but we're doing it in the right way. making sure that you guys are happy with the product before we start pumping marketing into something that won't scale, I guess. What we just want to avoid is what we've seen happen so often in this space is that new games come out, they're not ready, and I say not ready because they have the assumption internally that they think that they're ready, and they don't necessarily have the understanding that we do of what keeps people playing over time in these games. So they'll launch their game before it's technically ready to kind of maintain and keep people interested. So our plan is to get the game into that state, make sure we're happy with it, and then scale the audience. So hopefully it'll get to the point where you guys have, especially you guys creating content, because at the moment I know it can be a bit of a slog to put, work really hard on a video, and there's maybe 100 views on that video because the audience just isn't there right now. But that's going to create the foundations for when we get, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of players into the game. That you've kind of established that authority of being a content creator on the game, and they'll be coming to you for advice. You guys will be the torchbearers of the community. And all the time, hopefully, being the people in charge of holding us accountable for our promises, right? That's why I'm trying to push 2 videos a week. Yeah, I wouldn't stress yourself about it. If you wanted honest advice, look at what videos people are putting out on Raid Shadow Legends. So go to their channels. Not necessarily just Raid, but you can look at other games. Marvel Strike Force, another good one. Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, things like that. Go onto their channels, sort by popularity. Have a look for videos which are not news videos, the more long-term ones that people are looking for, and just make a list of the type of videos that do well over time. Because it'll be the ones that aren't like news ones, that focus on search terms and actually helping people. Also, there's a very cool website called, I think it's called Answers on the Web, which if you go in there and you put a keyword in, now I wouldn't do Godforge for now, because that will only show you what our limited audience is looking for, but say if you put in Raid Shadow Legends, in there it will show you all the search terms that people are using to look for things on YouTube and Google and things like that, and focus on organic, evergreen content, stuff that never ages, and that's the sort of content that you want to be making a foundation of. So then when people start to search for things, Google's gonna be like, okay, cool, this person's an authority in the space, they've got a video or a piece of content which really answers the question that this person's looking for. Because at the end of the day, Google's algorithm is not based on like trying to provide you with more views. It's trying to answer the question of what the person is they're looking for. So in Google, as in actual Google itself rather than YouTube, they want people to find the answer to the question that they're asking. So they're going to find the most relevant search results that they can based on that question. Because then that user is going to keep coming back and keep using Google because they can use it as a trusted source to get the answers that they're looking for. Same with YouTube. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the entire world. And ironically, believe it or not, the most up and coming one is TikTok. So although TikTok's currently more of a younger audience, that audience is very quickly aging. And it's expanding out into older audiences out there. But TikTok is also a search engine. So people will now use TikTok to find answers to questions. Google will rank it in terms of search results and their video results and stuff like that. So creating short form content on TikTok, although it may feel cringe, potentially worth doing as well. Sorry, you just tapped into a question, which is clearly something that I've spent a lot of time researching. But yeah, if anyone wants any advice about content creation, growing your channels, that sort of thing, I'm always happy to talk about that sort of thing. Also, I guess going to the point of taking your channel to the next step and actually making money and an income from it. That's kind of obviously what I did with Hell Hades, so short form content is something I don't do enough of yet. Just change that. Just do it. Just do it. Just make the video. You see, I say that, and I know what to do, and I know how to do it, and I can give other people the advice, but it took me so long to actually hit go live on this channel again, and actually make content on it. So, it's very easy to have an opinion, very difficult to have action. 1 second, guys. Right, I prefer longer videos myself. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, right? So, so you should absolutely focus on long form content for engaging a community and building a channel. But short form gives you the reach. I do completely agree, though. Like, short form content makes me sad because it's ADHD content. Hi Rachel. How many are we up to? I reckon so it's difficult to say exactly because we've got a bit of a production line going on. So I've got a box here with, at a guess, maybe 200 of these made up packages in them. I have about 150 over here now, which are boxed and done and ready to go. We're doing well. I think we're doing very well. I definitely deserve a holiday. I think that's what I need. If you could hook one up, that would be great. A day off, maybe a trip to, I don't know, let's just say Barcelona, something like that. Yeah, it is definitely the royal we. My mum's been helping as well. She's been, yeah, actually smashing it, to be honest. So you've made me all nervous now. You've distracted me. It's like, shit, the real boss is here. It's like, when's the coins getting done? I feel so sorry for the community team because they've been getting constant messages from people saying, oh, when's my coin going to be here? When's my coin going to be here? And the issue is that I was waiting for the packaging so that I could have them all together at once. So you can see like how much has gone into organizing this. Like even so much as, you know, so we've got the coin holders with the packaging, which has got the letter on it. We've got these individual foam cutouts, the coins themselves, and then in addition to that, these boxes. And these boxes have been specially designed to specifically fit these in, and cut and delivered in a way that you know, we're just literally trying to minimize the amount of packaging that we're using, being green for the environment. Yes, go us. You know, even so much as using the paper tape. You know, I'm not using plastics or anything like that. Trying to be very eco-friendly here, guys. It does look like a, yeah, that's true actually. It does look like a seed. Yeah, secretly this isn't actually a coin. This is just my latest single. You have the see, you're putting ideas in my head now. We should definitely put together the soundtrack on a CD. Just go old school on it. Put it on a cassette tape. Honestly, it was like a load of school kids going on holiday. Yeah, the thing is, like, I understand the anticipation. It's just like, I wanted to make sure that it was done right. And another reason for that is we're shipping these things all around the world. I want them to be protected, but also in terms of weight, what I didn't want is any excess packaging or anything like that. So these are fully protected, sealed, everything like that. Dan has multiple albums now, yeah. I'm gonna do a duet with Serena. Oh, saying that, Serena's single is out today, I think. The 12th? Is it the 12th? I haven't heard it yet. Is it the 12th? It is the 12th today. Yes, Serena's single's out. So if anyone hasn't already, go to serenabell.com, I believe. Go check out her single and, I don't know, download it or something. All the support we can for Serena. It's the first solo single, solo song that she's ever released. So, yeah, do go check that out. I have not checked it out yet. I'm a terrible friend, but I will message her later on and congratulate her as soon as it goes out. I don't know if it's actually live yet. In fact, can somebody have a quick look, if you don't mind? Just see, if you go to serenabell.com, I think it is. Just tell me if it's already out, because I really should message her. Yeah, the postage is going to be exciting. Fortunately, what I've done is I've got everything in a spreadsheet. You upload the spreadsheet to the postage company. You have to do it per country, which is not so bad, because as I said, a lot of these are going out to the US. So you just do it in kind of per country. Do you know when she will release the long-form Godforge? Yes, I do. We've got it uploaded. It's literally ready to go. However, there's a milestone that we're trying to hit on our YouTube channel before that goes out. There's a little spoiler for you. So Serena herself said that it will go live when we hit 100k. Yeah. But it's already on the channel. It's uploaded. The video is done. The song is very, very cool as well. But the full length version of the song. There you go. There's Dan's daily leak for you. I know, right? But you want to hear it? We need, what is it, like 1,500 more people, I think, something like that. We're very close to 100k. So, good thing Simon's not here. Let's pretend that Simon's not here. I'm sure he is. In fact, I think he's actually in a meeting. Thank you for a great league. Yeah, no, it's honestly like that entire song, everything is so cool. So I can't wait to kind of share that with people. But Serena's amazing, absolutely incredible vocalist, but just a really cool person as well. We spent quite a bit of time with her, and her boyfriend actually gave us a tour of the Gorillaz recording studio, because he is a sound technician for the Gorillaz, and yeah, we got a tour of the studio and sort of shown around, and that's actually where we revealed the cinematic to her. So it was the first time that she saw the cinematic playing. So we were in the recording studio with them. What a Rage would say. The game isn't out yet, so I've got access to the game. I've been playing it. It's really, really good. I'm sure over the next couple of weeks or so we'll start having like, yeah, the game is out for Simon, so we can play it in Unity at the moment. We do have a test build that we can play it on mobile as well. It's just not as stable because one of the main things that's going on at the moment is optimization. So we've got a whole team which is just trying to make the game run better on mobiles. But yeah, played it. It's good. It's good. We've got some little inter-company clan battles going on at the moment and things like that. Who's got the most people in their guilds is testing the popularity. I think I joined Paul's. I'm gonna tell Fateless, yeah. It's okay. I can understand. I can read between the lines. But you are right. Simon is CEO of the company. He can absolutely do what he wants. Good things is, for you guys, is that what Simon wants is basically on par with what you guys want. So he's a good ally to have in your corner. Welcome back, Mr. Sneaky. You missed the leak. Yeah, he's here. Scatter. Serena Song's on Spotify, is it? Awesome. Okay. Let me message her. There we go. Mr. Sneaky, a certain Godforge song released. Yeah. You're making me leak again. Yeah, Serena Bell is her full name. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel as well, she's done loads of covers. She's got millions of followers on TikTok, literally millions. I think she's like 2 or 3 million TikTok subscribers. It's kind of wild. I can see why though. Incredibly talented. Whew. I'm tired. Tried to play the song. I don't want to play it in the background because it'll be copyright. It's different having the Godforge stuff, since as an owner of the company, hopefully I'm not going to get a copyright claim against me, but we already say that any content creators or anyone putting videos and using it for content are completely free to use the Godforge stuff. Whereas Serena is obviously working with a record label, who I'm sure, especially since there's a brand new single, will be very hot on putting claims out. And I don't want that. I feel like I'm speed farming these right now. Can I share? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, share it. In fact, I tell you what. Why don't you DM Susie or something, a link to it, and get a little promo out for her. If Susie can make an announcement. Nice bike you got, yeah. Yeah, we'll do like an actual community shout out to give some support for getting people to go and listen to her song. Ooh. Almost there, keep moving. Thanks, Apple. Apparently I've nearly achieved my movement goal for the day. Oh, hi Rachel. Can you? Please? Please? Yeah, I know, right? I just got told off. I don't like asking Rachel to do things. She's the boss. Yeah. Don't mind asking other people to do things. Not Rachel. Look at her title on the HH Gaming website. She is the real boss. Oh god, I'm achy. I'm not built for this, guys. Oh, actually, I've just seen the time. So I'm going to do this for 8 more minutes, and then on the hour I'm going to stop because I've got a meeting that I need to do. How long have we been live for? Don't even know. 2 hours. Christ. Okay. I'm confident that you guys are going to get these coins sooner than I originally thought. Feeling positive about it. Yeah, Sneaky, it's looking good, right? But I've already been told that apparently I would need to be way faster to be employed by Amazon, so it's good, but it's not great. I absolutely, yeah, I do need something to eat because I haven't eaten today at all. I don't eat until after 12 o'clock, and it's now 2, so... but I do, as I said, I do have a meeting in half an hour or so I do need to make sure that I'm attending that one, as it's with our PR company, and we're getting a briefing for our stage talk next week. As we're basically going to be experiencing Dan's worst possible nightmare, which is public speaking. Although, I'll be honest, maybe doing these live streams, it's going to help with that. Shall I? I'll go live on Thursday. Wait, is that tomorrow? Shit. Okay, I'll go live tomorrow, and do like a practice presentation of the talk that we're going to be doing at Unite on stage, so you guys can be the audience. Yeah, we'll try. But yeah, I think it's the 3rd time that we've spoken on stage. There's something somewhat daunting about it. Fortunately, so one of the times that I did it was with it was just me and Simon, and that was like a fireside chat, and that was fucking awesome because it was just like a live podcast. So we just got asked questions, and you know, you just give the response and things like that. This time we're going to be doing it with Sham, and Sham is Mr. like connection with people. Like, he is so good at public speaking, communicating with people, things like that. So hopefully he's going to carry it. You've basically got like, I guess, 3 sides of a coin with me, Simon, and Sham, because Simon's very extroverted, but has a limit. So he does it. His battery slowly drains over time. Mine just doesn't exist. It just depletes. Whereas Sham, when he's talking to people and he's doing public speaking, it just goes up and up and up and up and up and up, and he just doesn't stop. He just gets charged from face-to-face interaction. So. I appreciate that. We get interviewed quite a lot, and like, I recently did one with a mobile gamer at Gamescom, and I think it's easy when you're just answering questions about something that you're super knowledgeable about. I guess, you know, a lot of it's like, oh, you know, how did you build the community? How did you, like, what's your goals for launching the game and stuff like that? And it's just like, well, that's easy to answer. But whereas this one, so we're actually going to be doing a talk in front of, I think the primary audience is like upcoming game developers, people who are using Unity, and a lot of students, younger people as well. And it's kind of telling the story of how we went from being content creators to now obviously starting a studio, and how they can then replicate that. And not to the extent, you know, you can't be like, okay, you guys can do exactly what we did, because that's not possible. It's not possible to rebuild this community and follow the exact same model. But having the open and honest communication with the people that you're trying to build the game for, I think is replicable. Hello. Oh, thank you. I'm going to finish in a second. Oh. Yeah. I got coffee. Yay. I need to put that somewhere. I'm going to spill it. I'm so nervous to share information that isn't officially leaked. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, you can always spill rumors, right? Yeah, you're right. Sham literally has no limit. Like, so at Gamescom, we go to all these corporate events and we go to all these after parties and things like that. By midnight, I'm done. I'd rather you didn't sort of like make a full video with it like being in the title and things like that, because it kind of takes away the surprise of it being the 100k thing. I just think yeah, but I mean at the same time I've said it, so you know I'm in shit, right? So you guys are free to say whatever you want at the end of the day. If anything, it hopefully give people a bit of hype to go and hit that subscribe button. So, but yeah, I'd rather not like the thumbnail and title being like, Dan just leaked it all. But that's just me personally, right? I can't stop what you guys do. It's the joys of us doing everything in public, right? Yeah, so, Joya, the thing is, right? I'm in my gym, talking to a screen. And at the same time, again, you guys are just asking me... you know, this is what I love about this community. It's like I'm just chatting to my friends. Like, you guys are just cool and chill, which I'm sure, again... people in the crowd and stuff at Unite and all these events, they are mega cool people. You know, actually a very good friend of mine I met, he came and it was after Pocket Gamer. He was in the crowd, and he is the game director for a studio who's doing something similar to us. Not in the same genre, they're far more I guess hyper casual style games. But I met him after he was in the crowd watching our talk. He came over and had a chat to me and was just like, what you guys said and what you built is very cool. I'd love to sit down and have a coffee with you. And you know, that was like over a year ago now, and now every couple of months or so we'll go for a coffee, talk about the stuff that he's working on, stuff that I'm working on, go out for lunch and stuff like that. It's just that all spurred from that conversation and that thing that we were doing on stage. I'm making a video tomorrow talking about Fateless. Yeah, great. Can't be hinted at who it is, yeah. You watch all the CC videos. Yeah, please do. Like, honestly, anything that you guys can do, watch all the CCs who are creating content on Godforge. That's so big for us. Helping guys grow their channels. You know, get more views and things like that. It can be discouraging, especially when we haven't got like the mass audience to get the huge amount of views, but it is so important to us. Yeah, it's very true, very true. Right guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Obviously going to continue with doing these. I will be back on stream, I'm thinking tomorrow, because I've got very few meetings tomorrow. But I have got a meeting in half an hour. I need to go get something to eat first. And yeah, as much as I can do to get these done. That being said, as of Sunday, we're going to be in Barcelona for a week. Simon has already prompted me that he wants to record some videos when we're in Barcelona, so I will be uploading stuff. I think as well, it's going to be fun to upload as much kind of behind the scenes stuff of the Barcelona trip and things like that, and I can. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, yay! And you get notified when those go out. So when will they get shipped? The plan is to do all of the shipping the week that I get back from Barcelona. I think is the only way that we can do it at this point, because they're just not going to be done before Sunday. I think we're probably at I guess maybe 300. So there's probably 700-800 left to do. But it's only taken a couple of days. But I really appreciate you guys being here. You know, it's an absolute pleasure doing these streams. It's good fun. You're keeping my sanity. But yeah, I will see you guys very, very soon. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.